Salutations and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Phantasia. This is Edgar. We got quite a lot done in the previous installment. We assembled the Eternal Sword, we revealed Chaos's lair, we went treasure hunting and we became champion of the Colosseum. We are going to do more treasure hunting, because the bonus dungeon awaits us. But first, we collected a soup pot while treasure hunting, and we can take this to the ninja village to make the best food in the game. We will need ingredients from all over the globe. It's super dynamic cooking time. You will first need to head to Euclid, and then to the supermarket. From here, you can purchase one of the ingredients. Scroll to the bottom to find radish. They are 20,000 gold, buy as many as you like. You need one of each ingredient to make one of the food item, so I will make 15 for the fuck of it. Next, take a trip to Venetia, and head to the supermarket. From here, you can purchase seaweed. Seaweed are about 1600 gold each, so they're much lighter on the wallet than the radish we just bought. Again, grab as many as you want. The next ingredient also happens to be the cheapest. Remember the egg salesman in Olive Village? That's right, eggs are also an ingredient of this stellar food item. Grab as many eggs as you want from this man, they're still only 80 gold each. The last two ingredients are both sold in the ninja village itself, so head to the merchant in the ninja store, waving politely to the 266 ninja you pass on your way. You will need to purchase both miso and pudding from this merchant, miso being the most expensive of all the ingredients at 80,000 gold a pop. Don't fret over money, because you can sell this food item for 300,000 gold if you're willing to make the trip around the world repeatedly. So, confirm your ingredients. You should have radish, you should have eggs, you should have pudding, you should have miso, and you should have seaweed. Once you have assembled all of these ingredients, it's time to make this ultimate food item. Head to the south end of the ninja store and talk to the NPC. The NPC will offer to cook Odin for your party. Accept the offer, it's completely free of charge. And with that, you will receive Odin. Odin is the ultimate in food items, as just one bowl of Odin will completely fill all 22,200 units of your food sack. And if you have excess Odin, don't forget that you can sell them off for 300,000 gold each, so it's a very easy way to make one hell of a profit if you can afford to bring 15 of all the ingredients. You will need to talk to the NPC every time you want a new bowl of Odin, so I will have the rest of the cooking performed off screen. I now have a full food sack and 14 extra Odin, so I will doubtlessly never ever go hungry again. Now, we are going to head up to the bonus dungeon, but before we go, make sure you have plenty of healing items, you're really going to need them. And this is vital, make sure you have at least one holy bottle sitting in your inventory. If you don't have at least one holy bottle, you're going to be sorry. This should go without saying, but be sure to bring as many rune bottles as you can, because there's a lot of really nice shit in the bonus dungeon that you'll want to identify. We say farewell to the ninja village at this point. So goodbye to you Suzu, and goodbye to you 87 ninja currently on the screen. Take a good long look at the sky if you're feeling sentimental, because we won't be seeing it again for rather a long time. Once you are prepared, both in terms of items and in terms of mentality, proceed to the Moria Gallery. I said the Moria Gallery would be back with one hell of a vengeance, and it is now time. The guard will move to kick us out, but we still have our pass from 150 years ago, so he's going to have to let the party inside. Now that we have access, let's take the emergency staircase all the way down to depth 9. Our final destination is going to be depth 21, where the ancient dwarfs have stashed all their amazing treasures. Don't bother saving at depth 4, there's another save point at depth 10. You'll spot a guard as you reach depth 9. Talk to the guard, and he will inform you of a new area of the Moria Gallery that has been discovered. That new area is the bonus dungeon, and I warn you now, it's the toughest place in the game. From the guard, exit to the north, and then head to the right. You will find a whole bunch of NPC characters, as well as a tent. The man in blue is a merchant, and you can purchase items from him, so let's take a look at what he has for sale. Standard healing items, food, rune bottles and spy lenses. Stock up on anything you need, there are no merchants beyond this floor. Most of the other NPCs will just talk about the ancient dwarfs, but the one next to the tent will offer healing if you require it, and if your level is low, you're probably going to level up nearby, because the enemies down here are very nasty. They might as well be bosses, so I will have Tom leave all the footage intact. I suppose some of you are thinking that you'll just abuse holy bottles to reach the treasure vault. Well, arses to you lot, because the Moria Gallery isn't having any of that nonsense anymore. That's right, all of your holy bottles will shatter the instant you pass the save point, and they will do this again if you try to be smart and go buy more. You cannot use them beyond this point, so tough shit. You have no choice but to face the nasty monsters if you want the treasure. For those wondering, I had you bring at least one holy bottle so the game could shatter it. There is a very nasty bug where if you come here with no holy bottles, the game will shatter your remedy bottles if you're lucky, your rune bottles if you're unlucky, or your entire inventory if you're frightfully unlucky. Remember that we're going to be seeing it again and again. Here we go then. So then, the first enemies we will have to face are two Alekola and Him. The Alekola are modeled after the Sewer King, and are one of the easiest enemies you will face down in the lower Moria Gallery. They have no spells, and will simply float around the battlefield attempting to poke you with their spears. They have about 22,000 hit points. Just kill them however you fancy, they're essentially a freebie. Him, on the other hand, is annoying as shit. It's modeled off Jamia, the boss we had to face way back in the day in order to rescue the Prince of Albanista from Chaos's mind control. Him has Tidal Wave, and will smash the entire screen with it for massive water damage. It also has that god-awful personal shield ability, and teleporting into this shield is a fast way to get Chris killed in action. Even more annoyingly, the shield will not only make it immune to almost all of Chris's abilities, it will also make it unhittable by Chester's arrows, and even Maxwell can't help you. You do have a few options for smacking him hiding behind its shield. Most of Archie's spells can hit the bitch. Claff's full screen summons can also do it, with Origin being your most effective option since he does the most damage. Chris himself can hit it with the last hit of the Lion Teeth double art, but this is tricky to do, because Chris will move forward while doing the first two hits and will likely run into the shield instead. In spite of how obnoxious the shield can be, him can't really do shit when you're all over it, so long as you don't do anything stupid, like teleport into its shield. The shield will be a source of frustration, but trust me, there is a much more annoying enemy down here. Him really is a distant second in the annoying enemy category. The absolute worst thing about him and Alekola packs is that neither him nor the Alekolas drop any items, which is really just a middle finger from the developers. The last things worth mentioning about him is that it is immune to the darkness and light elements, and it has about 21,000 hit points. I think Chris is dead. Well, he somehow managed to survive teleporting into a shield. Let me finish this him off. You can actually hear him attempting to activate its shield during Maxwell if you listen carefully. I really should just turn Bloody Origin back on, or bring Archie into the party for Meteor Storm, because the him shield is stupid as shit. Told you they drop bugger all. Let us proceed down the steps and into depth 11. Just take the door to the right. Deja vu everybody. Wonderful, it's Fang Wolf's retarded cousin, Wild Wolf. Wild Wolf will fight in the exact same fashion, and has the same abilities. He's immune to all elements except light and dark, and is a melee god who will try to force you to the corner. He has a massive 50,000 hit points, so throw all you have at this bastard. How the hell did he hit Chester from that distance with his claws? In terms of class, Maxwell will serve you well against Wild Wolf, especially since Wild Wolf is always alone. That's really just a bunch of bullshit if you ask me for my opinion. Oh dear. It comes down to the spellcasters. Come on now, how the bloody hell is that even fair? Damn it, I think Kliss is dead again. Sloppy as shit, but I'll take it. Wild Wolves can drop question mark weapons, which can become the Demon Hand. The Demon Hand is a strong dark elemental sword with 1300 slice, but don't worry if you fail to get it to drop, you will get 2 stronger weapons over the course of this dungeon. I'd rather just not run into any more Wild Wolves, thank you very much. Down the steps to proceed to depth 12. So be it. Say hello to the Bigfoot. Bigfoot always come in pairs, and are hands down the most annoying pieces of crap down here, because they love to sit on their bums and shove spikes in every direction. This has the exact same effect as the shield possessed by the him, and just like the shield, teleporting into a Bigfoot with his spikes out is a great way to make Kliss eat shit and die. Other than their annoying spikes, Bigfoot has a snowfall attack just like the Wild Wolf, and they have a rather long range and very quick melee strike, so it's rather hard for Kliss to do anything beyond get kicked in the face in this encounter. Once again, Meteor Storm and Origin should be your go-to abilities for these pricks. You could even use Firestorm, Flare Tornado, and Explode, if you have Archie in the party, because Bigfoot are vulnerable to the fire element. They have 36,000 hit points, which is not quite as daunting as the Wild Wolf, but you will groan whenever a pair of Bigfoots show their dippy fucking faces, unless you're after a specific drop. Thing is, Bigfoot have the distinction of being the only enemy in the game capable of dropping ivory. Ivory by itself will not do a damn thing, but you can take pieces of ivory to the Edgar's workshop, and have them transformed into a rather powerful throwing item. There's some ivory right now. Lucky us, they haven't exactly got the best drop rate. I don't mind these bridges, it makes this place very simple to navigate. I'd better cover these one by one, starting with the Manticore. The Manticore has about 32,000 hit points, and not only can it inflict petrify with its melee attacks, it apparently likes to steal attacks from Chaos himself, rename them, and then claim it as original work. We're not having that shit. It's weak to the holy element, but every element works, so hit it with whatever you want. As for the Beast Man, he has about 21,000 hit points, and has the same abilities as our old friend the Hell Lord. Hellgem is the same annoying rubbish it's always been, but summon it should not worry you, because it will be lucky to break 2,000 damage at this point in the game. How original. If you are a Chester user like myself, a Manticore Beastman duo is the first thing you want to run into, because both of these enemies can drop the same question mark bow, and it will transform into the absolute best bow in the game, and I want one right now, damn it. Cough it up, you cunts. You absolute motherfucking pricks, I just wanted the bloody bow. Whatever, maybe next time. Do be sure to keep an eye on how many healing items you have left, particularly TP restoring items like orange and pine gummies. Let us proceed into the depths. Down the steps, but take the second staircase leading down to a small room with chests. Come back here after to proceed to depth 13. Don't be tricked by the size of this little enemy called Ishizu. It has 20,000 hit points, is vulnerable to the holy element, and when you see it, get the fuck on it and stay the fuck on it at all costs. You must not give this enemy a chance to cast. Other than the blink it will use to slow down your offense, it can cast Restrict, but more importantly, it can throw Meteor Storm at you, which is very much capable of one-shotting your entire party. Don't give it the opportunity. Ishizu can drop a question mark weapon, which transforms into a Saiyant's Rapier. The Saiyant's Rapier is a holy elemental sword with a massive 1600 stab, but only 300 slice. From these 4 treasure chests, you can collect an orange gummy, a dark bottle that you really shouldn't use this far into the dungeon, a yellow cake which you'll want to sell in Olive Village for 240,000 gold, and some vegetables. Let's head to depth 13. Well, looky here, our old friend the Hell Lord has returned, and he's brought a pair of Yuneru with him. I will start with our old friend. The Hell Lord has apparently forgotten how to summon Lich, and only retains his Hell Gem ability, but he has the stats to make it painful. He has 34,000 hit points, and he's a really good enemy to run into, because he can drop the Sage Herb, so you can mass farm them if you're feeling up for it. Every element works as normal on him. As for the Yuneru, every element works on them as well, and while they have 34,000 hit points just like the Hell Lord, the only spells they have are Hammer and Ray, so they're not particularly dangerous. Sadly, they do not drop a damn thing. What a shame, no Sage today. Let's press on. Well, this is a bit different. 3 chests in here, a spy lens from the first one you see as you enter. The other 2 are tucked away to the sides, one contains a life bottle and the other a flare bottle. Hey, Maxwell has some impersonators. Unfortunately for them, we have the real thing. Sokaram had 32,000 hit points and are vulnerable to the holy element, but they will absorb water and thunder, so don't go and give them any hit points to work with. They have the same molecular attack that Maxwell used on us the first time we came to the Moria Gallery, and they also have the explode spell, hitting the entire screen for massive fire damage. Sokaram can drop question mark bows, and if you're lucky, you can get that awesome bow, but their drop has a chance to be a worthless short bow. We don't actually need the life bottle, so let's head down the steps to depth 14. The usual bridge to cross. seen this one already, so no need for an explanation. Excellent, we have mastered Magma Rift. That means we can also use the double arts associated with it. And hey, the monster dropped a question mark weapon. If you remember my explanation, you'll know that this will transform into a Saint's Rapier, a very stabby holy elemental sword, so why not? When in Rome, as they say. Apparently it has over 1700 stab. So be it then, we will roll with this sword until I find something better. Let's run into the next encounter, so I can stab the shit out of something with this new weapon. Oh bollocks, not this bloody thing. I don't care what the spy lens says about its hit points. If you see one of these things, run the hell away quickly. So, the thing was an urchin. They are completely unkillable by conventional means, and will instantly kill anybody they touch. There is a way to kill them, but it doesn't work in the emulated version of the game, and we don't have what's needed anyway, so that's the rule. You see an urchin, you run the fuck away from the urchin. The good news is that if Archie is in your active party, the urchin cannot touch her, so you're immune to a game over in that respect. Welcome to Depth 15. 2 new enemies. The Banshee has 20,000 hit points, and is vulnerable to the earth element, but it floats, so have fun with that shit. It has Acid Rain, Restrict, and most annoyingly, it also has Cure. It can drop a question mark bow, but this will become either a sand spread or a short bow, so it's a rubbish drop. As for D-Flowers have only 9,200 hit points, which is the lowest amount of any enemy in here, unless you want to count the unkillable urchin. They have only one spell, but the spell is Death Scream, an instant cast ability that will instantly kill a character. It thankfully has a high fail rate. And since D-Flowers are rather squishy, it's only a threat if you're unlucky or if your damage sucks. They can drop vegetables, are vulnerable to fire, and absorb water. As you head down to Depth 16, you will encounter an NPC. The NPC will have something of a conundrum on its hands, as it doesn't think it can make it back to the surface. Well, old chap, you really should have prepared yourself better for this expedition. Ice Childs are of course modelled off the Sylphs. They have 20,000 hit points, and will absorb the air, water, and thunder elements, so don't go casting Indignation or Tidal Wave at them. Speaking of Tidal Wave, they can throw that spell at you, and they also have the Cure spell for when they run into trouble. They have no drops, so this is just a pain in the bum encounter. I feel like there's a chest in one of these corners, but maybe I am just imagining it. The Beastman can either show up with a Manticore or a group of Tusk Boars. Tusk Boars have about 20,000 hit points, and of the berserk ability, which makes them go apeshit with their melee strikes, but they're not too tough to beat, especially since they're vulnerable to both fire and thunder. The tusk paws have no drops, but for some inexplicable reason they will award you with an absolute shit ton of experience. Their attacks can also cause poison, but don't worry about that, mint will cure you in a snap. Ignore that amount of experience, the game had to roll over from 100,000. Bloody fantastic. This question mark bow is going to transform into Chester's ultimate weapon. Let's do that immediately. A rune bottle will transform it into a berserker bow. The berserker bow not only is non-elemental, and thus works on absolutely everything, it is the highest raw attack power of any bow in the game, and even better, it shoots 2 arrows at a time. That's that, Chester is all sorted as our artillery. Smile for the camera, Chester, you have the solitary right of breaking the 2000 attack power benchmark. Let us proceed down to depth 17. Actually, head directly south, there's another room. Alright Chester, show us what your new bow can do. Naturally, if you want to raise his damage to obscene levels, either toss a flare bottle at him, or throw out a cast of Valkyrie. Let's check out the south room. As you enter, you'll see something you haven't seen in a very long time. Shoki is back, but there's no way to block the flow this time. That's fine, we aren't staying for very long. If you picked up the emerald ring from Gnome's Cavern, a spirit will reveal itself to you. This is Chameleon, and he will question what you are doing here. Clark will offer it a contract, and for some reason Chameleon will accept, despite us not having helped it in a crisis or having fought it. Chameleon should be good, but a bug in his attack algorithm causes him to be the worst summon in the game. His attack is a single target death spell, and he will appear at the top of the screen and attempt to devour an enemy, but it works less than 5% of the time due to the bug. We'll take him for completion's sake. Remember, you must have the emerald ring or he will not appear. And with that, there is only one summon remaining for Clav to collect. It can be found further down in the Moria Gallery, and it is the strongest summon in the game. I hope you brought the Sapphire Ring, otherwise you won't be able to contract with it. Well, since Bigfoot are annoying as hell, maybe we can get Chameleon to eat them and save us the trouble. Bugger. Damn it. Oh, come on. Seriously. This is stupid. Couldn't get it to work, what a shame. No ivory either, bloody bastards. Oh well, let's grab the sage from the chest and head back up the stairs. We need to make our way through depth 17. Hey, I forgot a chest. Bah, it's just some creamy cheese. Let's get out of here. Seen this group already? Forget about Chameleon, I'll just beat them up like normal. Oh, why the hell not? Maybe I can get it to work. Of course it would bloody fail. Let's try again. Go away, Hell Lord, or you're gonna get killed by Chester. You know what, screw it. I'll try again in the next installment, because this one is going to be brought to a close momentarily. You see, things are about to change very quickly for the worse. The dungeon has been relatively easy to navigate so far, but this is the point where things start getting really tough. Remember this soldier, he'll talk about the houses in the distance, but he also marks the point where the bonus dungeon throws the gloves off. Steady, my friends. There is an emergency exit to the right of this room, so if you got your ass kicked really badly while descending, go restock on items and try again. If you're feeling brave enough to continue, then may your death be mercifully swift. Abandon all hope, all ye who would dare continue beyond this point. If you have the balls, step on the pads in this order to open the door leading down to where you will truly be alone in the darkness. Be sure to bring some candles and flashlights for the next installment. This has been Edgar, and as always, thank you for your patronage.